Hello, and thank you for taking the time to interview me today. My name is Isis Raimundes Vasquez, and I am currently work as an infant teacher at a child care center. I have a passion for supporting young children's development and building strong partnerships with families. I believe that the first few years of a child's life are incredibly important, and I am excited for the opportunity to continue making a positive impact in the lives of children and their families. Question 1. What drew you to the early childhood profession? What drew me to the early childhood profession was my passion for working with children and making a positive difference during the most important years of their development. From an early age, I enjoyed caring for younger children, and over time, I realized that I wanted a career where I could help children learn, grow, and feel safe every day. Once I began working in an infant classroom, I knew I had found the career that was right for me. Working with infants has taught me that learning begins long before children can talk. Every interaction matters. Something as simple as singing a song, reading a book, responding to a baby's cries, or encouraging tummy time helps support brain development and builds trusting relationships. Watching infants reach milestones like rolling over, sitting independently, crawling, or saying their first words is one of the most rewarding parts of my job. Another reason I chose this profession is because I believe families deserve educators who truly care about their children. I enjoy building trusting relationships with parents by communicating daily about their child's development, celebrating milestones, and working together to support each child's individual needs. I believe families are a child's first teacher, and when educators and families work together, children benefit the most. My personal experience has also influenced my passion for early childhood education. Growing up in an immigrant family, I understand how important it is for families to feel welcome, respected, and included. That experience has helped me become more compassionate and intentional when working with families from different cultures and backgrounds. According to Teach.com, many people become teachers because they want to make a meaningful difference in children's lives. I relate strongly to that idea because every day I have the opportunity to positively influence children's learning, confidence, and emotional well-being. That purpose motivates me to continue growing as an early childhood professional. Question 2. What do you consider to be your chief responsibilities as an early childhood professional? I believe my primary responsibility as an early childhood professional is to create a safe, nurturing, and engaging environment where every child feels secure, valued, and supported. Young children learn best when they develop trusting relationships with caring adults, so I work hard to build those relationships every day. As an infant teacher, my responsibilities include observing children's development, planning age-appropriate learning experiences, support developmental milestones, maintaining a healthy and safe practices, and providing responsive caregiving. I also recognize that every child develops at their own pace, so I individualize my interactions based on each child's unique strengths, interests, and developmental needs. Another important responsibility is partnering with families. I communicate with parents every day through conversation, classroom updates, and daily reports. I share developmental milestones, discuss any concerns, and celebrate children's success with their families. I want parents to feel confident that their children are safe, loved, and learning while they are in my care. I also believe it is my responsibility to continue learning and improving as a professional. I regularly reflect on my teaching practices, attend professional developmental opportunities, and stay informed about current research in early childhood education. Continuous learning allows me to provide the highest quality care for children. The NACCE professional standards emphasize ethical practices, professionalism, collaboration, and continuous growth. I strive to demonstrate these qualities every day because I understand that families trust me with one of the most important parts of their lives, their children. Question 3. What is the role of collaboration in professional practice? Address collaboration with families and other professionals. Collaboration is one of the most important parts of being an effective early childhood educator. Children experience the greatest success when families, teachers, administrators, and specialists work together towards a common goal. In my classroom, collaboration begins with families. I believe parents are the experts on their children, so I make it a priority to communicate openly and respectfully every day. During drop-off and pickup, I share information about how their child ate, slept, played, interacted with others, and progressed developmentally. I also encourage parents to share updates from home because those conversations help me better understand each child's needs. I also collaborate closely with my coworkers. We regularly discuss children's development, share observations, and work together to create engaging learning experiences. If one teacher notices a child developing a new skill or needing additional support, we discuss strategies together to ensure consistency. Collaboration also extends to working with specialists and administrators when needed. If a child needs additional developmental support, working together allows us to create consistent strategies that benefit both the child and the family. One area I'm especially passionate about is ensuring immigrant families feel welcomed and included. I know that some families feel unsure about communicating with teachers because of language differences or unfamiliarity with the educational system. I try to build trust by being respectful, listening carefully, and making every family feel valued, regardless of their background. Strong collaboration creates stronger relationships, improves children's outcomes, and builds a supportive learning community where everyone works together for children's success. Question 4. What strategies do you use to ensure that you are critically reflecting on your own growth as an early childhood professional? I believe that becoming a great educator requires continuous reflection and learning. Every day, I ask myself what went well, what I could improve, and how I can better support the children and families in my classroom. One strategy I use is observing children's progress. If an activity is successful, I think about why it worked. If children lose interest or struggle, I adjust my approach. Reflection helps me become more responsive to children's needs rather than following the same routine every day. I also value feedback from coworkers and supervisors. Sometimes another educator notices something I may not have considered, and I appreciate opportunities to learn from experienced colleagues. I see feedback as an opportunity for growth rather than criticism. Professional development is another important strategy I use. I enjoy attending training, reading current research, and learning new teaching strategies. Early childhood education continues to evolve, so I believe it is important to stay informed about best practices. Finally, I reflect on my relationships with families. I ask myself whether I am communicating effectively, building trust, and making families feel included. Strong family partnerships are essential to children's success, so I continuously work to strengthen those relationships. Reflection is an ongoing process that helps me become a more effective educator and better support every child in my care. Question number 5. Briefly describe an issue that might be the focus of current or future advocacy efforts and explain why advocacy is a hallmark to professionalism. One issue I am passionate about is strengthening partnerships with immigrant and culturally diverse families. Every family deserves to feel welcome, respected, and included in their child's education. Unfortunately, some families face language barriers, cultural differences, and uncertainty about how to participate in their child's learning. Because I come from an immigrant family, I understand how meaningful it is when educators take the time to build trust and make families feel comfortable. That personal experience motivates me to advocate for inclusive practices that encourage family engagement and respect cultural diversity. As educators, advocacy means speaking up for the children and families, ensuring they have access to quality early childhood education, and helping remove barriers that may prevent them from fully participating. Advocacy can include providing translating materials, encouraging family involvement, respecting different cultures, and connecting families with community resources when appropriate. The NACI professional standards identify advocacy as an important responsibility of early childhood professionals. Advocacy is a hallmark of professionalism because it shows that educators are committed not only to the children in their classroom, but also to improving the field of early childhood education as a whole. Throughout my career, I hope to continue advocating for equitable opportunities for all children, supporting strong family partnerships, and creating inclusive environments where every child feels safe, respected, and valued. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. I appreciate the opportunity to share my experience and my passion for early childhood education. I am committed to creating safe, nurturing, and inclusive learning environments where every child can thrive. I believe my experience as an infant teacher, my dedication to continue learning, and my commitment to collaborating with families make me a strong candidate. I look forward to continuing to grow as an early childhood professional and make a positive difference in the lives of the children and families. Thank you again for your time and your consideration.